Hi, everyone. My name is Micah Tenner. I teach social studies at DeSoto High School in DeSoto, Kansas. And the resource that I'm going to go over today is Quizlet. And Quizlet is basically a resource that allows you to create study sets of terms or concepts and pair those terms or concepts with their definitions or pictures or images or whatever you want to do. It's really just a term concept review type of resource. Um, to get to Quizlet, you can just type in Quizlet.com in your search bar. It's also available as an app for Apple and Android, so you can get to it those two different ways. If you don't have an account, you can sign up for a new account. You can upgrade an account, get more features, or you can just get the basic. And I'm going to log in. I log in with Google. Whenever I have new resources, I typically do this. This is a lot easier than remembering a bunch of usernames and passwords. And so here's the main screen. You can create classes and folders over here. So these are the different classes that I teach. And if you want to make a new Quizlet, you would go up here to create. If you want to search for a Quizlet that other people have made and they've allowed others to view it, you can go up here to search. So I'll show you just real quick if I want to create a Quizlet. In my regular U.S. history class, we're studying the New Deal. So you would title your study set New Deal, and then you come down here and you enter the different terms. So let's say an important term is the New Deal. I click on, it'll finish it for you. There are other options. I'm just going to do straight New Deal. And then over here, this is a really nice feature. It'll provide definitions for you. You could type in your own, or you can click on one of these. You could still go in and edit it if you wanted to. That's a really nice feature. You can also search for images, so it doesn't necessarily just have to be a definition. If I wanted to choose an image, I could choose an image. I could still do a definition as well, but maybe I want to see if the students can match a political cartoon to a particular event or something like that. I could do that. And then you go down here and you go to create, and that will create your set. This is a link that you could share with the class. You could share it if you have a Google Classroom set up. You could do that, or Remind. Kids could also get into Quizlet and search for your name. So for me, let me add it here first. If you add it to your classes that you've already made, you click the plus button and it does this. It seems like it should do more, but that's all it does. And then it adds it to your the appropriate class. So this will adjust here in just a second. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll click on Quizlet, to take me back to my main screen. And now if I go to U.S. History, that study set's there. Students could also search. They could get into Quizlet, create their own account if they want, and they could search for my name if I provide that to them, or just search for my name, and then they could see any sets that I have. I can also search for Quizlets. So let's see, psychology, unit 6. And then I could see maybe some other people have created a set of terms for a particular unit from a particular textbook or something like that. So I could click on this. I could share this link with my students, or if I wanted to make it my own, I could customize it and go through it. Maybe I didn't do this particular term. I could get rid of that term, and I could look at everything. And if it looks good to me, then I could go and create that as my own. And now students would be able to find this particular set by just searching for my name. So once that, then I'll go back to my page, main page. And so there it is. Now it's set up. So to use Quizlet, there are a bunch of different ways. I'll just show a couple, and then the one that I really enjoy, which is Quizlet Live over here. But they could just use this as they could, here's a definition, here's some terms. They would pick the term, and then it would tell them whether they got it right or wrong. It would keep a list at the end of things that they struggled with or didn't get. That's really nice. They can do simple flashcards. So here's the definition. I think about it. I take a guess, and I hit the space bar, and then I see if my answer is correct. There are some of them are games like gravity. You try to prevent the term from from exploding or whatever by typing in the definition. Matching, they give you definitions and terms, and you move them with your mouse to make them disappear, and that's timed. Kids enjoy that. But the one that's really fun to do in class as review is Quizlet Live. So when I do this, I go to create game. And usually I'll have this projected up on the board. And so kids on their phones would go to Quizlet.live, and then they would have this code to enter. And as the students enter that code and they type in their name, a list of names will start appearing right here. Now, unfortunately, because I don't really have the ability it's going to play music. I don't really have the ability to have anybody log in for me right now, but eventually, let's say I have like 20 names or something like this. I'm going to go back so we don't have to listen to the music. So eventually I would have 20 names, and then I would hit start game, and it will sort them into groups of like 3 to 4 depending on the number of people in my class. And then on their screens, on their phones, they'll see who's in their group, and so they go and run around the room and find their people that are in their group, and then they play, and they're competing against everyone else to see who can go the fastest. So on their screen, they'll have basically like 4 terms, and then on all of their screens within their group, they'll have a definition pop up, and they sort of have to work together as a group to figure out what term that's the definition for, and then whoever has it on their phone presses the button, and then they just go like that, and they're competing against all the other groups. The games only last like about 4 minutes or so, and then you can shuffle the teams, and then they have to go sit with a new group of people. Anyway, so it creates movement in the classroom. It's a really great review. They're competing with other groups, and so they really, really enjoy that. So anyways, that is Quizlet. Hopefully that was a kind of a brief introduction, but it's a really fun, pretty simple, lower level review game. But for some things, for some purposes, it does a really nice job. So thank you for watching.